We're live!
We're live!
Yeah.
Where will I see it, hubby?
Give me a second.
Okay, she's going to find it. Because we're in a new place this time.
Maybe it's in notifications. Oh, come on.
We'll find it. Might take a minute. You made videos on here before.
Yeah, but on the iPads, you know, they're very weird. It's on.
It's on? Okay.
Oh,
Well, we just have to find this. Bear with us a minute, guys. We have
there
to
it is.
find it so I can see what you're saying. Because I care what you're saying.
We care.
Yes, we care.
Okay, looks like we're live.
Okay, it kind of looks like we're live. Oh, that's a pretty good picture. Huh? Is that with your new program, Javi?
Mm-hmm.
Javi came tonight to help us with this new program.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be learning how to use it, but I don't know. I might be doing good just to get through this. Oops, sorry. Don't do that. Stop. What did I do, Javi?
Here.
Okay, just tap that.
I don't
Okay.
know.
I was just wanting to see
Oh,
where
here it
the comments are.
Yeah, give me
Comments
a second.
on. Oh, yeah, there's somebody who's watching. Hi.
Hello.
Wahavna, thank you for coming. I appreciate you came. Well, anyway, we're going to talk about some sari ribbon jewelry and specifically sari ribbon beads. Now, there are a lot of ways to do them. There's tons of YouTubes. If you want to go look them up, you'll see people have all kinds of different ways to do them. And I have still yet an even different way. You know, mine come out more like pendants or purse pulls or even a fan pull, you know. We did them in the class. Hey, Javier Perry's watching.
I was just testing.
That's good. In the class, we did them on the last day, and we just did a few simple little ones, and we had a good time. And then, again, last week I got together with my class, and we did a few more. But they're all saying, oh, you know, we'd like to see, hey, Kelly. They were all saying, well, we'd like to see more of the other sari ribbon stuff that you've done. I don't have a huge body of work because it seems to me I either sold or gave away a lot of the pieces. But I have two pretty good pieces here. And this is the one that I did for our sari ribbon blog hop party that we had, about 10 years ago. Hey, Debbie. Thanks for coming. And it's a really big necklace. Looks like this runs behind a little bit too. So, and this necklace, I did the big rosettes that were real popular back then. I used felted beads. I used wrapped spools. You can see that. I don't know if I have it in the frame, but there we go. Might be a little dark. I don't know. I used spools. I used polymer clay beads. I made my clasp out of polymer clay. It's crude, but then I like designer crude, as they say. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for coming. So, I never sold this. I had a few opportunities to sell it, and I just always kind of said, no, don't want to sell it because I had so much fun making it, and I would like to have it to refer to. You're welcome, Debbie, in case I decide I want to do another one, because this one's, you know, not the best, but, you know, held up for 10 years. They're just rosettes are just stitched together, and it's...
Oh, you stitched them all together?
Yeah, I
didn't know
sewed
that.
on this one. Yeah, there's a lot of sewing on this one. So, I mean, just a lot of techniques. You know, the wrap spools, the spiral polymer clay beads like this. I love making these. They're kind of a thing with me. And this one I use two colors, so they kind of stripe it, you know. This is kind of cool.
Oh, there it goes.
Just, you know, any kind of thing. So that's one I did a long time ago, and I think it'd be good to like do this together again. Hey, Pat, you like my necklace? It's a big opus necklace. So that would be a good one to do again sometime, because after 10 years, you know. Hey, Maria, we're all doing something. Thanks, Pat. We're all doing new things, and so you know, it'd be a good thing to do over again. I think give it a little bit more thought. Hello, Rose. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad people are finding me over. Hi, Vicky. So, anyway, that's a thought I have. We're not going to do it tonight, but maybe some other Sunday night we could. Or maybe I'll do a video on it, and then we could talk about it some more on a Sunday night. You know, just keep the good thoughts going. So there's this one that I still had. I like working with fabric and brocade and just odd things. I mean, I'm so glad we're going back this way, guys. You have no idea, because this is my kind of thing. Pat's going, yeah, me too. This one, I just recently put a new neckline on it because I had some funky old chain that I had gotten from Mel. Oh, probably back when, hi Vicky. Back probably when I first knew him, so that's going back a little ways. And it worked, but the colors needed to be, yeah, Pat, that would be great. We should do it together. We should have like a Zoom and do one together. Wouldn't that be
Yeah, they
fun?
had that Facebook room stuff on there.
Yeah,
so
we have to investigate what that is too. Maybe that's the thing to do with Facebook, because maybe it'll send notifications so people can join us. We'll have to. We're finding out all kinds of new things since I did that video workshop last week about possibilities. So I think we got a lot of good stuff coming up for you guys. Some really good content that we can just do right here on Facebook. And not that we want to abandon YouTube. We like YouTube. We have quite a nice channel over there, but we can just kind of broaden out a little bit maybe.
Yeah.
And also I'm kind of hoping that by doing this, by putting them on this page, it goes out into the feed more, and it will notify people who are your Facebook friends that you're on. And there are some of them I haven't seen for a while. Hey Claire, there are some of them I haven't seen for a while, and I'd like to see them again. Maybe they don't really know what I'm doing because they don't come to the group so much anymore and stuff. So, but anyway, this one, getting back to this piece. What is unique about this piece, and I don't know if you can discern it by looking at it, because it just kind of looks like a hot mess in some ways. Pat's saying, no, I'll take it. It's built on an armature. You know what an armature is? It's a wire form. Sometimes like if you're making a doll, you build an armature. It's almost like a skeleton for it underneath. I have a beaded purse sitting up here on this ledge, and I can just foresee it's going to fall on me.
Really?
In about 2 shakes. Yeah, excuse me guys, I'm sorry to be distracted. Hey Barb, glad you made it, hon.
Yeah,
I'm going to take this down because I don't want it to fall and
many
I
shakes.
will scare you. Hi Denise. So anyway, so you know, a doll will have an armature. And for example, did you ever have a Gumby doll? Howdy.
Gumby doll.
You ever have a Gumby?
What's that?
You got to be my age. You wouldn't know what a Gumby doll is.
I don't know.
And Gumby cartoons and all that. He was this green man, kind of odd looking.
Oh.
Well, when Gumby would get old, you know, if you had one, his little armature would start poking out. And it was the wire that was inside of him and the vinyl that he was made out of to make him so he'd twist and turn. I think Barbie dolls might have had them too, in the twist and turn Barbies and the ones where the arms and legs moved. That was because they had an armature, wire armature in them.
I did like that.
Yeah, so if you bent them too much, then the wire would, you know, go bad and you wouldn't have it anymore. But
You would have to bring them pretty much to...
yeah. But hi, Karen. Yeah, Gumby dolls were cool, weren't they? I agree. So there's a wire goes across this way and another one comes down this way to form the armature. The beads are threaded across this. It's heavy gauge wire. It's like 1816, something like that. And then this one is too. This part is wrapped with Sari. I think I saw somebody on the classroom group who tried that, who took a piece of heavy gauge wire and wrapped it with Sari. That's a good idea. You can see, you can make something pretty cool with that. And then I made my coils and these beads. I learned how to make these beads from Christy Friesen when she came to teach for us that first year. And they are so fun. They're like, I think she said they were the easiest cane you could ever make. And what it was is you just put a bunch of colors together and ran it through the pasta machine and just let it kind of roll into your hand like ribbon candy, you know. So, and then you mush it up and you get stuff out of it. So, what did she said? What did Pat say? I wanted to see what she said.
Oh.
We lost you there, Pat. Hey, Lori Wooten, thanks for coming.
Well, Pat said sometimes you use...
Oh, it's on hers.
The...
You use an armature for all kinds of wire stuff, and you can put clay over it. Yes.
That's true.
We could make little people out of clay with armature into beads. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff we could do. But anyway, this has an armature. So this would be a really good one to do a video on, maybe even a video class. Or maybe do a 2-3 part or something like that, because I don't know if we could make this all in one sitting, because there's just a lot to it. And then with this armature, as you can see, it's kind of in a crescent form. When I was thinking about doing the class, the workshop class for us, I had thought, boy, wouldn't it be neat if we could get a crescent mold of some kind. Oh, no, you're not late, honey. We're like way late. Don't worry. A crescent mold out of wire, and you could bead it like we do for our other bezels. And then you could put resin in there and do like a little sea scene or mermaids cavorting or something. I just thought, that is intriguing too. We'll have to maybe explore that. I like that idea. So this is mixed media all the way, you know, not just one technique, several different things. Sari ribbon, wire, beading, the polymer clay. There's all kinds of stuff. Someone might say, though, because a lot of times we talk about good design, and someone might say, why would you put a coil like that on the end of something so it could catch on stuff? Well, it's the way I made it. I made this so it looped back on itself, and I filed it down and bent it in so it's not going to catch on nothing. So I already thought about that and took care of it. So that would be another thing that we could talk about sometime. But I just love making like little squigglies and stuff out of wire. It's so cool. So that's a good one to think about and maybe do something about one day before too long. But what I wanted to talk about right now was the Sari ribbon beads that we made last couple days ago. Okay, these are how mine came out. You might look at these. If you've made them before, you might say, hi, Denise. You might say...
you might have to bring them a little bit.
Okay.
There you go.
You might say, well, those don't look like any Sari beads I ever saw. Those are like way big. And I would have to say, yeah, these are the Bisou way to do them. Because there's no right. There's no wrong. If you put it together and it works, and it's not going to fall apart, thanks, Denise, I love coils too, then you're fine. What's wrong with it, you know? The only thing I could say, you know, design-wise, what might not be so hot is I used these brass stampings on here for the flower, and that looks cool, but I don't know, maybe it could catch on something. And you can only get them on there just so tight. This is the way it is when you wire these onto something. They tend to be a little bit loosey-goosey still. But I guess it's what you use it for, you know. It might work for a pendant or for a pull of some kind. But this one, to my mind, is not done. I've got a really thick coil down here at the bottom going across. It needs some balance. I should put another little star in here, another one up here, and just, you know, if you're going to fill the thing up, then fill the thing up. Maybe even put a couple stars on the back. But I used all kinds of things. And then for the bottom dangle, I don't know that I'd leave this here. It was just something I had that I was working. Hey, Janet. So I just thought I'll put it on there, you know. But it's just about you being you, doing your style, doing your thing, okay? So this one's all loaded up with beads. This one, I'm definitely going to make into a pendant. You know, we made all those resin beads. The shape of it and everything just lends to a pendant. This is more like a piece of wire jewelry than anything. But this is fun. And there's a few little repairs that I need to make to it to make it tighter. I don't like how this coil came out. I need to fix that a little bit. But anyway, it would make a really good pendant along with those resin beads that I made in class. This one's got a really cool mermaid on the end. I have a big load of these coming in pretty soon, so we'll have those to share. But anyway, I should stop yakking, and I should show you how you make this thing. In case you have never seen it before, you need to see. Hey, Isabel, thanks for coming. You need to see from the bottom up. Now, this one is just the beginning Sari bead, which you could go from here. You could just run a few beads around here and a few little doodads and just keep it this size. You could actually put it on something and put like a chain through here, and hey Michelle, you could put a chain through here, and it could be horizontal. Hey Kristen, I know I heard there's a lot of storms out by you, but thanks for coming. There's a lot of ways to go with a piece like this, but let's just make one, okay? I was just going to build on this one and finish it, but that doesn't show you how to start it. Hey Sandy, so I need to show you how to start it, and it's so simple, and you don't need anything. I heard Kristen, I hope you'll be okay. Be safe. It's so easy. You can use scraps. It doesn't cost a lot of money. You use up stray beads. It's just fun, fun, fun. So what do? You start with, of all things, you start with a drinking straw, a plastic drinking straw. That's the easiest and the cheap. Hey Sandy, and it's the easiest and cheapest way, I think, to do it. It's what they, everybody else that makes them says, yeah, use a drinking straw. So cool, I'm using a drinking straw. Let me get a little swig of coffee here.
Well, somebody asked, Janet said, pink starfish. Do you carry those?
The starfish?
I don't see no pink, but there's like...
There's blue. Oh, wait, no, she's looking at this.
Oh, I didn't see those.
I had these in the mermaid sand, Janet. And I have to get more for us. I did have the white howlite come in, which looks like this. Whoops, it's going to all dump.
Oh, well.
Looks like this. And I find I use this one the most, but the colored ones are fun too. And I will have more very soon. I just keep ordering. And I already put in another order for pet tape already, and I just had one come in yesterday. Yes, there is captioning on the video.
There shouldn't be.
There's captioning on the video?
I don't know what they
mean. Or maybe she means you can do it. Maybe it means that you can do it.
Yeah, you could if you want it. I mean, you see everybody's comments, but I don't see any captions.
Oh, Vonda, you're not late, honey. I got started really late, so you're fine. So anyway, you start out with a drinking straw. Well, I'm going to get them, so don't worry, Janet. Okay, you don't need much. You need, this is really, wrinkledy Sari ribbon, and that's fine. Now, if you wanted to make your life a little bit easier, yep, I'm still here, Deborah. I got started late. So we're just getting going. This stuff is maybe, 1.25 inches wide. And you could iron it. It might make it easier for you to work with, but you don't have to. So now what I'm going to do is I have to glue it to this. And I use non-toxic glue. I'm going to use some Jewel It by Aileen because I had some. Now this is not your perfect glue. I explained this in class the other day. This is not the most perfect glue to use for this. But it'll work. What you really ought to use is a clear fabric glue like Fabric Tack or something like that, which of course I don't carry. I'm going to get some, just go like Fabric Store would have it, So don't, wait on me to get it. Go get some so you can play. But anyway, before I start yakking too much, I'm going to take my drinking straw. I've got glue on the straw. Hey, Lisa. I've got some on my drinking straw, and I have some on the Sari ribbon too. Okay, and it dries just fine, but the clear glue would be better, being honest. And then I'm going to try to wrap this pretty tight. Okay, I'm going to shove the straw up a little bit. See how I did that? And now I'm just going to wrap tight until I get it as fat as I want it. You can twist the Sari and wrap it. It gives a different effect. Yep, you can do that too. I don't want to quite do that yet because I want to get it fat first. A lot of things you could do with this. You could cut it up part way, rip it a little bit, and then tie it around it too. Going about both ways. I mean, there's just... I know the more that I play around with this, the more I'm going to figure out that I can do with it. Yeah. So I think I'm getting about there. I don't like to make it too fat. But the way I make mine, you can't hardly see any... Sorry, I'm cutting it off now, guys, in case you can see. You can't hardly see the Sari until I put all the charge on it. We have some sari here, Lori. I don't know if it's this kind. I think this was the sample skein that they gave me, the people in India that I buy it from. So I don't know if I have this type, but you know, anything will work. And really, till you make them like I do with all this stuff on them, you'll never see it. Oh my goodness. But what it does, you might say, well then why use it? Well, because it pads the bead up. What I want to do though, is I saw a lady who was making them, and now you see I've got a glob in there. I'm going to kind of spread that out all the way out to the end. Don't worry, that's on rolling. I'll bring it back so that it'll stay down at the end. You want that to happen. I've got glue on, not because this is toxic or anything like that. It's just I don't want this stuff all over me, this glue, because it's hard to get it off. But it's not a toxic glue. I just don't want it on me. Because I found out the hard way. You know, that's sometimes the best teacher, find out the hard way. So I'm just going to keep wrapping it around and getting it to stick down the best I can. Okay, now I've got it pretty good. Now I might put a little bit more in here. Now, what I could do is I could keep wrapping it with sari. I could twist some sari on there like Pat mentioned. I could put another color, add to it. I could put a piece of brocade ribbon over it. I've seen that done. I've seen these made not with sari at all, but brocade ribbon. I have a friend who sells the most exquisite old ribbon. It's like a brocade. I think it's from France. And she has some bits and scraps she's going to sell me so that I can see, you know, what I could do if I got a little bit, you know, nicer stuff. But for now, we got the sari. But we do have plenty at the site, Lori, in colors. Mixed colors. So you might say now, okay, getting back to that, you might say, well, now would I take the straw out? You don't really want to do that. And the reason is it forms a base for it. It makes it easy in case you want to bead through. You can go through that straw. It just is a really good, stable base for it. So at this point, though, I don't need this stuff in my way, so I'm going to cut this off. And if you want, you can trim some of the excess strings and all that stuff at this point. I'm going to trim a little of this because I just think it would look better if I did. Oh, you know, every time you put gloves on or one of those masks, you know, your nose starts itching every time.
Oh my goodness.
Every
yes.
time.
All the time. Or you get a little crease on your nose.
Yeah, just something's going to start itching. You can bet on it. Okay, so now I've got this going on. This is what it looks like. Okay, so now I have to decide, do I want to put something else on that, or do I just want to start wiring it like this? And I think for sake of argument, I might put a little something else on this, but I have to decide what. So I've got a bunch of this really nice old lace trim. I mean, this stuff's really nice. That's machine made, it's not handmade, but it's really nice. And I think I will just take a piece of this and add to it. So, see it? It's not very thick. I used to... Hi, Catherine. Thanks for coming. Where's Colleen? She didn't make it yet. She's got family stuff going on. Of course, Catherine's her sister.
Oh, there's a hair on it.
There's a hair on it?
Yeah,
It must be a hobby hair.
I hope not.
Yeah. It's a thigh burn.
Oh, psh.
Yeah, I'm just going to, I don't know, I guess I got maybe a foot or so. I can always trim it off. Of course, I hate to waste such pretty ribbon. But anyway, so now I'm just going to start wrapping this.
You might have to bring it up a little bit.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Javi.
You're welcome.
I need to get something that shows me.
Like
stay here.
Yeah.
These are your marks. Okay, I'm going to put, hi, Cindy. I'm going to put a little bit more of the glue here. Not too much. A little bit. Just like that. That's good enough.
Squirt.
Just to get it started, you know. And then I'm just going to kind of wrap it loosely. So I'm just going to put that on there and just kind of go around.
Around town.
And around and around.
It's kind of pretty like that.
It is pretty like that. And then I think I will turn it on itself and come the other way. This is how I do with wire on these two. Just go up one way, come down the other. So it gives a little bit more heft, you know. I like it that way. If you don't do it, you know. It's up to you. You can do as many layers as you want. I saw one lady was doing it. She was just taking little squares and putting them on here, each one by itself. I thought she would be too. Maybe she's busy tonight, Catherine, but we'll catch up with her later. So now I'm going to put this down. I hope she knows we're over here. I was a little bit worried about coming over here because we're used to having them on the group. But I really wanted this to go into the archive here on my business page so that I could find some of my old friends and maybe find some new ones for us too. That'd be nice. We always like to find new folks to come and join us at the creative group, don't we? We have lots of fun over there. If you guys don't know about the Beast Boutiques creative group, you should come and join us. We do a lot of cool mixed media stuff there. We have contests. Right now we're working on design palettes, and I'm going to give away 2 gift certificates. I think it's on Wednesday, I said, for a random drawing on the design palettes. I'll post a little bit later. I'll come and I'll post the Pinterest board where we're doing the design palettes so you can see what I'm talking about. Maybe post a few. Janet Boyer is prolific. And I know she's here, that's why I'm saying that. She's prolific. She makes so many of them, but others do too, and they are all doing a fine job. And what they are is they show you the main pieces that you might use in a project. But each one designs the palette. I don't. And they put it all together. They go to my website, they find things that are in stock, and they make a palette from it. And we are having a ball. Because there's like 9,000 things at that website. There's plenty of things to make a palette out of. Okay. So anyway, so now I've got it wrapped to this place. It's kind of looking like a cigar. A little bit.
Jane said, oh, you're covering that lovely gold Sari.
Well, see, that's just it. You know, maybe you wouldn't want to do that. Or maybe I could go over this again with a skinny strip. You could do that. You want to?
I like to see one just with the Sari ribbon and then
I got
some wire.
Okay, I got some. I did some like that, but then I covered them all up with beads.
Oh,
I got an idea. Let's see what happens.
I don't know.
Just because we can.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, Janet, because they all count. You're probably gonna win.
Never know.
You make so many. I hope you do.
Hey, maybe that gets the chances.
So now I'm cutting this one in half. Let's see if it'll rip. Sometimes they'll rip good. Rip it good. I just love this. Thank you, Michelle. I just love it when it gets this frayed edge. I'm nuts about this Sari fiber. Just nuts about it. They call it Sari waste, and I was gonna buy some, but then I thought I'd make my own Sari waste. I don't need to buy any. So anyway, so now I've got this really tattered tail. So now I'm going to do what Pat said. And I'm going to twist this booger. And we're just going to see what happens, okay? I'm just going to see. Matter of fact, I might just do it as I go. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just thinking this up.
I might have to bring it a little bit more in camera. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I have to learn this. This is just a new program we've got to learn. Okay. So excuse me, I'm sorry if I'm messing up.
Oh.
So I'm just going to leave that tied there. So I've got this. When I saw how it ripped and I had this fantastic, hey Terry, I had this fantastic tail. I thought, we got to do something with that. So I've got it tied here. So then I'm going to keep going this way. Of course, till I put on my cha-cha on top of it, it'll probably get hidden again. So now I'm hiding all my beautiful lace ribbon. It happens. Maybe not all of it. Oh, that's right. I said I was going to twist it. This way we won't hide as much. I'm just going to take it and twist it like that. See how I'm just twisting. Twisting. I'm going to roll that around, twisting it. It's twisted. It's so twisted. Okay, so now that leaves some lace showing and some Sari. So it's time for glue again. Time for glue. And we're going to put that in there. Come on, baby. Squirt some out. There we go. We got plenty. Alrighty. It's fun, isn't it? There's no right or wrong to it. It's just you do what you want. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. Right? Da-da-da-da-da. All right, so now I've got this fantastic little bit of whatever with a tail swishing on it. I'm liking it. So now, this is kind of loose here, but that don't matter. We'll leave it go. Okay, now I'm done gluing. I'm not going to glue any more than this. If you want to keep gluing stuff on it, you could. I'm not. After I put one more glue here. I need a little more. I see I need it. Okay. This one has a nice heft to it. This one will wire up really nice. Okay, so just keep track of your hole there. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind, the fatter you make this, the bigger the beads are that you're going to need on the end. Because the way I make them, I put beads on the end. And I'm about to show you that. Okay? So, now the gloves are coming off. I'm just going to do it the wrong way since I didn't put them on to protect myself from the virus. I put them on to protect myself from this glue. Alrighty, so now what I need to do is I need to make kind of a shepherd's hook spiral and feed through here with some beads. And now I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, so I'm going to pull off a nice big long piece. This is 16 gauge. Excuse me, copper wire. This is, again, the way I do it. It doesn't mean it's the way you have to do it, but you might want to have a look at the way I do it, because maybe it'll give you an idea about the way you want to do it. You get my drift? Okay, so now I'm going to make my spiral here at the end, just like I did in class the other day. Okay, and you guys have done this a bazillion times, I'm sure. And I've demonstrated this a bazillion times too, but that's okay. I'm going to show you again. Why not? So I'm going to catch the end of this, and I'm going to roll it. If you've got a better way of doing it, that's how you got to do it. Your way, not mine. Okay, so I got a little loop there at the end. I'm going to try to stand this up, because if I do, I might get a little bit nicer spiral from it. I don't know. Okay, so that's what I got. See, this is what I got. Like that. So now I'm going to take my flat nose wolfies, and I'm going to start spinning the spiral. And that's just simply to start turning it by pressing your finger up against it and just turning it flat inside the flat nose pliers. You guys hear me good enough? I hope so. Hi, Lynn. Because I don't have a mic on. We're trying to do this without one. Sometimes it works better, so let me know if I am not loud enough for you. And I will try to speak up. Okay, so now I'm like this. This is how I have it. Like that. So what I want to do is I want to kind of break the neck a little bit and twist it going, to face me.
Yeah, I had to bring that in camera.
I keep going out. I'm so sorry, guys. I will learn this. It's just a new thing. Maybe if I bring this up this way, it'll kind of prompt me.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I've got a nice spiral there. See that? Okay, now what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to put that through here, and you'll see why soon. This is sticking out here, but not to worry. We got a way to deal with that. Watch you don't perk. She says, don't poke yourself. I need to move up a bit. Yeah, I know, Deborah. We're moving there. We're getting there. Okay. Now I need a big bead to go here. So I'm going to see if this one fits, and I hope it fits on this wire. Yeah, this is kind of a big one.
Oh, yeah.
I need a big bead, and you'll see why in just one moment. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Karen Gale. Okay, so now I'm going to stick that in my drinking straw and see if it's the right size. It is. I like one that fits up in there pretty tight.
You should use the same bead on the other side.
Yeah, there is one. Yes.
Now what's next?
It's going to be a great day. Only this is a little crooked, so I'm going to try to straighten it up a little bit. You just play with it to get it to look like, you want it to. Okay, so I like that, but I'm thinking,
Oh, Cindy Peterson said hi.
Hi, Cindy Peterson.
And Lisa as well.
Lisa? I'm
Gabby?
thinking, do I want... Well, what did I do on this other one? I used a couple of them on these.
What gauge wire is that? 16?
16.
Yep.
Tis 16.
To 16 gauge.
You know what? I want to put another bead here. So, I have to figure out which one that is. I got an idea. Just going to depend if this will fit. I don't think it will. No. Too tight. Too vintage. Okay, so here's a wood bead. Lynn, I am making a Sari bead, which will end up being more like a pendant or a purse pull. Yeah. And this will be archived here in the videos on this page.
Yeah, I'm there.
So you know, if you missed something, you want to go back and see it again, you'll be able to. Hi, Tracy. Okay, so what I did is I put 2 smaller beads here, so I'd have kind of a more of a finial. Then I'm going to put this guy on, and now I'm going to put it back in there. Yeah, this is going to look good. Now what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to make sure, well, I like to get a... Paul is watching as he eats his pasta. Well, hello, Paul. How are ya? Long time no see. Actually, that's not true. Lisa puts your picture on Facebook 3 times a day.
And Janet said, would 18, 20, or 22 gauge work?
18 would. I would not do anything lower on this because you need something...
sturdy.
Yeah, real sturdy. So I've got the other one that's just like this one, and I'm going to push it up in there. Which it's not coming as tight, and I see the reason why. That might need to be cut a little bit. Maybe not. Let's see if we can just get it up in there a little bit better. When we wrap the wire, it might take care of that. This thing just forgives itself over and over. The more farther that you go with it, the more you'll see that happen. So you don't have to worry about making, a bunch of boo-boos. Okay, now the trick will be see if I can find the same beads to put on this end. It's not, I will come up with something. Here's a pretty copper bead that will work. I like that. I just want to get it all going the same way. I just really wish I could, let me bring this over here. Now here's a nice wood bead that should work for the end, but I wanted another one like this one. There's probably one in here.
That wooden bead or the red one?
The red one.
Oh, I knew that.
You knew that?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Here, I'm taking that off. How about if I did this? I just love plastic beads. I will freely admit it. I love plastic beads. Especially cool, unique ones. Old ones. Okay, now I'm going to thread him on. Okay, he went on. All right, that's a good end for that. That works good.
Yeah.
You see that? Okay, this is coming.
Yeah, I see that. It's coming.
It's coming, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. We got ways to fix that galore. This is coming too. Don't worry about it. So long as it's still a little bit damp with glue, you can just press it right back down. It's fine. Okay. So now I'm ready to spiral the other end, but I like to get it butted up against the big beads the best that I can. First, tight, so that's why I've got my thumb up here against it hard. I'll put this out of the way. And now I'm going to spiral again. So I want to be like this. So I'm going to bend it here, and that will hold everything tight. Yeah, don't even think about that. We're going to deal with that in a minute. It would have been nice if that hadn't happened, but it don't matter that it did. Okay, so now I'm going to bend this back tight, and that kind of holds everything in place. Okay? This is a little crooked here, which I'm not liking. Hey, Rose, thanks for coming to say hi. We appreciate it. Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And I can always get this straight later, so if I don't get it just perfect now, it's no big deal either. Okay, I just want to get this twisted the same way as this. So I'm not going to need all this to do that. I'm going to need about this much, I think, just based on experience, and hope I'm not wrong. So now I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the other end.
Just twist. Just make
Lisa, why are you not asking questions?
Yeah.
She always has something to say.
Yeah, tell us your questions.
She's the life of the party. Yeah, the chicken. The chicken is asking for you, Lisa. Maybe she left. Company, okay. That's okay,
Sorry.
Debbie. Thanks for coming for as long
thank
as you
you.
could. Have fun with your company.
You guys are awesome.
She has the most evil laugh, honey. I'm telling you what. So I'm just turning it around the same way as I did on the other end. There's nothing new here. It's just the same thing in reverse. Okay. All right, we got it.
Oh,
we got it.
It looks perfect.
Yeah, baby, we got it. This is a little crooked here, but I'm going to have to deal with that at the end, which will not be hard. I can do it.
I don't know why, but I had an idea.
You have an idea? What is your
I
idea?
don't know.
You don't know?
Could you bend this like in a U shape and make it like a necklace if you wanted
Absolutely.
to? Okay.
Why not?
I
It's
mean,
an armature. Basically, this wire through here is a type of armature that we talked about earlier.
And so you could
It
bend
is. So yes, I could bend this up and I could use these for connecting holes.
There you go.
But I hate to do it now. I mean, I could do it just for giggles, but I'm afraid
I see.
it would be,
I don't
it
know.
was beans. There she is. What's the pet? Don't start! She the other day, you know when she was...
She did that on
She
purpose.
did that on purpose to get me, like, explaining myself over and over again. I didn't realize that she explained it to me later. I said, don't do that again. Little brat. Don't make me come over there and kick your butt. She lives in Philadelphia. That's a little far for me to go tonight. I could probably make it.
Oh, man.
Okay,
That
so
cracks
now,
me up.
yeah, I know. She's a brat. But
I didn't
she's the
know she
life of
did
the party. I thought she really couldn't remember.
I thought so, too.
I thought she could remember. But she was
can't
pulling my
tell.
leg, and I was too dumb to know. Okay, so now I'm going to wrap this around again, and I'm going to twist it. That's probably why it came loose as I know. I probably should have stuck a pin in it while I was working on it. Or you could always have a needle and thread standing at the ready, you know, so you could go take a tack in it here or there. Nothing wrong with that. But I think that would be an excellent idea. I don't know if I brought the needles up here with me.
The needles?
Yeah, that I used for my project the other day.
That's a good question.
But we won't worry about it now. Okay, so I've got this wrapped around. Pretty good. Now I'm going to try gluing that down again. And not so much just that it's going to hold it forever, but so we'll hold it long enough for me to go ahead and wire it. Because we're going to do wire over top. Hey, Marcia. How you doing? How's it out there in California? Okay, so I've got some more glue in there. Now I'm going to get it on my hands. I knew I took those things off too soon. I just, you know, it's not the most terrible glue to get on you, you know, at all. But I just don't like just picking residue off for days. You know, one of those kind.
Yeah.
I hate that. Okay, so now I've got it on there. So I've pretty much, don't worry about that. We're going to take care of him in a minute. Now we're going to start with 20 gauge. Okay, so I have some 20 gauge wire here. Inside we did 16. Now we come down to 20, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'll tell you and I'll show you. I've got a nice big long piece off of here, maybe...
Over 12 feet? Over 12 feet, not feet.
That's maybe 15, 18
Inches.
inches long, I'm going to say. You know, because you'll see why I want that much. You'll see.
Just don't stab yourself.
You know what? Yeah, don't stab you. Cause she's
I was thinking them if they're working on it, so that they'll stab
you
their
guys
arms.
don't stab yourself, and me don't stab Javi.
Or stab Brenda herself.
Yeah, well, if I stab me, I'm being a doughhead then.
It's okay. I have flinged wire
Kind of
across
like
the
beans.
room.
Okay, so now, I've got my thing. I want that to keep hanging out. All right, so I'm going to wrap it, and I'm going to start. I'll deal with that when I get down there. Ugh. All right, so now I'm going to leave a little tail here in case I want to make a swirly curly cue thing. I'm just going to start wrapping. This is very easy to wrap, 20 gauges, super easy, has a nice heft to it. You can see I went around the bead,
kind of
like that. Okay, I'm going to go around this one, and then at the top of this sari, I'm going to go around it and kind of pinch it closed. Now, it didn't go all pinched closed the first time, no problem, just keep going. Just keep going, it'll pinch closed. Just keep going around it. Kind of build that up in there. It doesn't matter if it looks wonky. It's supposed to look wonky. It's supposed to look it's like what I call designer crude, you know. So Paul said, let's get the starty.
Let's get the party started.
Party started. Paul, just eat your spaghetti. Okay, so now this came completely up. Don't worry. We no worry about that. Okay, so now I'm going to just hold it like this. Okay, I've got that wrapped pretty good. You might be saying, well, that's not enough to go all the way down there. And you would be right, but don't worry about that either. I'll show you what to do. Okay, but I got that closed off really good up there. It's pretty decent. Could be a little better, but it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to go this way and come around, down, around, and I'm going to pick up my little tail here because I don't want to get that tail in there. I want that to stay loose. I'll pull this back down, and now this will come around. Okay, and now this is getting in the way. So we're not going to be able to finish with this piece of wire. No biggie. So what are we going to do to finish this piece of wire off? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this under there. So at least we can grab it with that. Okay, go around a little bit more. Oh, am I catching my tail in there? Yeah, I did. Okay, at least I figured it out now instead of later. Okay, so then I'll come around down here, and I think I'm just going to make like a loopy thing, and then I can hang stuff off of it or whatever I want. So I'm just going to take my round looping pliers, and I'm going to just make a loop or a twisty or a coil or whatever I think looks right there. And that's what you'll do too, whatever you think looks right on yours. No right, no wrong, just do it. Just do it and have fun. Anybody have any questions? Everybody's quiet. Did you leave?
They're all quiet.
Did you leave? Well, I'm going to keep going anyway. Okay, so see what I did here? Can you see that? I made a little loopy thing there. But it's closed down. It's not sticking up to get caught on anything. So now I got to get another piece of this bare copper wire. You get whatever wire, but it's 20 gauge.
Sandy said, dumb question. When you first started, do the first several wraps of Sari show now? Maybe I just can't see it on camera, but
Not very much.
I'm wondering if you could just use anything for the first several layers.
I suppose, but Sari is as cheap as anything. Of course, if you don't have any Sari, then yeah, you want to find something that works. Something soft. But remember, no, there's nothing to remember. Yeah, there's no reason why. You're good. Yeah, just go for it. However you want to do it. There's no right.
Yeah,
or
you could
wrong.
always show the Sari ribbon and then put like.
I just,
beads
my
around
first
it.
layer of Sari never does show very much the way I do them, Sandra, because I start getting all this other stuff on there. But that's okay because it helps to build the dimension of the piece. Thank you, Vicki. I'm glad you think it's interesting. It helps to build the dimension of the piece. Hi, Janet. So, the heft of it. So I don't care about that. If the first layer shows no. Okay, I see I made my loop here. I'm going through it.
Wait a second, let me zoom in.
I'm going through
There you
it.
go.
Okay, and then now I'm going to start wrapping again, and I'm going to try to get this other piece down and get it to lay down all the way.
Gina said, just LOL, just making panels as I wash.
She's making pallets.
Pallets, that's what it is.
She's multitasking.
Panels.
Okay, so I'm wrapping around here. Okay, kind of wonky like, and I've got most of my Sari caught, so that's good because that's what I wanted to do. So now I'm going to do the same thing I did up here, only up here. So I'm going to go up the side of that, wrap around again a couple times, go through here, wrap around there, and then come down again. And you know, this is just what I'm doing. This is just where the Spirit's moving me. You can do whatever you want, but I've got this. This is almost like a bound bead. See?
Jan
it's going both ways.
You could really use any ribbon or fabric strips.
Whatever works. You know, I like to use sari, you know, but you can use brocade, you can use old fabric. I think something that might work real nice. Are you familiar with bark cloth, what that is? Well, it's real. I'm going to trim this off because I don't need it. Bark cloth was that stuff they used to use. They would make like curtains out of it and throws for patio furniture, and they upholstered with it sometimes back in the 50s, and it had the big splashy tropical prints on it. Some people collect it. I know when I was doing antiques and collectibles, I would always rejoice when I found a stash of bark cloth because I knew it was a good payday. So, but there's always, it's kind of like what I call a sleeper. There are always people who don't know what it is and don't know what they have. So, you know, you could probably find it in an estate sale or something. I don't believe they make it anymore. Okay, now I'm crossing the two wires here because I want to finish this off on this end. And then I'm going to add another piece, and then you'll see what happens from there. Okay? So, for me to make this work, but yeah, bark cloth, I think bark cloth torn into strips would be great. Maybe other pieces of silk. Sari is silk, you know. Maybe other pieces of silk would work good. You know, just whatever works. I mean, just try it. I mean, it doesn't take long to make them. Now I'm looping this all around, making another little coil. Ooh. And I'm doing it because I can. It's wrapped around a plastic drinking straw. So I'm just ornamenting it at will, basically. I got to get this end tucked in here. So
Janet said, I love the combination of the items.
Yeah, well, wait till I get done. There's been a combination of a lot more items. Rip your hubby's shirt into strips.
That's
yeah,
exactly
why not? Why not? Why not? If he's got a cool shirt.
If they're worn out, you know.
Yeah. You know, that's like my great-grandmother. She never threw anything out. She'd take her old wool dresses when they got all ratty, and she'd rip them into strips and make those rag rugs. You guys familiar with those? I had one of her rag rugs that I used in my house for the longest time, and now I wish that I hadn't used it because I wore it out, and I had to get rid of it, and it made me sad. I thought of all those little stitches and rags my grandma, my great-grandma did, my Grandma Cora. She didn't waste anything. So yeah, look for scrap fabric of any kind, see what happens, and be sure you show me. But yeah. I use Sari because I like the silkiness of it. So you can see I made a little swirly thing here, okay, because I could, you know, and it looks fine. I've got this one going this way, this one going this way, and what will I do with this little end piece? Well, I think I'll make another swirly because I can. Or I could tuck it under here and just cut it off. Which, if this doesn't come out well, I could end up doing that anyway. But let's just try. Why not? Oh, this is going to be cute. We could even hang a doodad from it.
There you go.
Guys, oh, that's a great place to hang a doodad. That is a great place to hang a doodad right there. Oh, yeah, baby. Okay, so now we got this nice little piece of stuff hanging off. And we got this wrapped up. We got a piece. I'm going to leave that go for right now. I want to see if I can twist this.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely twist that.
I want to
you
twist
can twist any piece of
wire. I
want
to twist it because I want to get it going the other way. Because I want this to be in the front. Okay, so.
Michelle said, my great-grandmother made rugs as well.
A lot of them did. They didn't waste things. Yeah. We throw things out too easy sometimes. But then there is a time to throw stuff out too. You know. You don't want to live in mountains of garbage. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit more of this, where is it? Where's that copper? Where this is
That one.
22. Oh, darn.
It's okay.
Okay, remember we did 16 for the interior, and then we did 20 for this wrap. I'm going to wrap a little tiny bit more with the 20. I shouldn't be using those. You can. Those are Tim Holtz scissors. I keep threatening to get some. I used to carry them, and for some reason I didn't anymore. They are the best scissors, but you don't want to be cutting your wire with it because they'll get all dull. And they're very good for fabric, very good for paper, that kind of thing. Okay, so I want to come crisscross across this. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go around again.
You're off camera.
Oh, sorry. Thanks for telling me, hubby.
You're welcome.
I'll get it tight, and I'll come back around here again. And I'll go around here again. And around here again.
Denise says it looks kind of Russian with the gold and the ivory and the red.
Yeah, kind of cool. Okay, so now I got to this spot again. And I think this is a good place to quit because I'll actually have a little ornament here. If I swirl this around, it'll complement this little bunch of stuff that's going on. So, it's just it's really random, You just kind of see where it takes you. I'll do another little curly Q, and I'm going to let that go up here. Curly Q. I love doing this. I think it's so restful. But whatever I do, I want to make sure that it's not sticking out to get caught on stuff.
Yeah. But that makes sense. You don't want it to get, on anything.
No. Okay, so it's a little close to that for my eye. I'm going by my eye now. So I'm going to pull it down a little bit. And see what sort of an ornament I can make going over this way. So now I could hang something from here. I can hang something from there if I desire. I can hang something from there if I desire. Okay, so at this time, I think I'm pretty much done wrapping the 20 gauge wire. We still have 22 or 24 to go, and I'll show you why in a minute. In a minuto. Okay, so this going around this way is nice because I have a piece going around this way, so it kind of blends it. So I'll just keep bending this. I love 20 gauge. It just is my favorite gauge. And I'm going to cut this off in here as flush as I can and then kind of crimp it down so that it doesn't stick out, because you never want that tail sticking out because it'll catch on people's stuff. This is coming out so cool. If I say so myself, and I do say so. Okay, so now what will I do with this? Well, I think I've got enough there to make a curly Q coming off the side there, so I believe I'll just do that. Curly Q. Curly Q and coils. That's my kind of wiring.
I don't know, but I call Rob's hair curly Qs.
You call Rob's hair curly
Yeah,
Q?
because it comes in a little curly form if it gets too long.
Yeah, Robbie has a little bit curly hair. His dad has curly hair, too.
Oh, is that where it comes from? I knew it. Somebody had it.
Skip has curly hair.
That's
Okay, so I made another little O there. A little curly roundy thing. That's kind of a nice ornament there. So if I want, I could hang something there, too. I'm not liking this. This is off to the side in a strange place. So I'm going to have to stretch it over and do something a tiny bit different. Just stretch it a little bit.
Lisa said it looks fantastic.
Well, of course it does. And so will yours when you make yours.
Hey, could you use the bendy part of the straw?
No,
to make
I forgot.
anything?
Well, I don't know what you can make from it.
Maybe
you'll
not.
find something else. But you know what? I'm glad you brought it up, Javi. Don't
use the bendy
Don't use
part.
the bendy part to make this, because it'll really just make it
It's kind of
hard to work with. So now I've got this bead all bound nicely. So I think you're saying now, that's a good fan pull, Brenda. It's so big. Because it really, or like Javi said, you could twist it up. I don't want to do that now because I'm afraid I'll throw it off, but, Yeah, this could be this could definitely be the middle of a necklace, without a doubt. This would be a really good thing to put like on the side of a boho purse, a hobo type purse, a beach bag, something like that. Be really cool.
Yeah.
Like this one that I made. This is the perfect one to put on a beach bag.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Okay, let me put my... Okay, so now it's time to get the beads on there. So we have to think, what beads will we get?
Yeah, you need...
What beads do we want?
Do you want tiny beads or
I don't know.
big
See,
beads?
on this one,
Oh, look, somebody said that.
I used big beads on this one, and I'm kind of liking it. But I've got to add some things to it because it's not balanced. There's too many holes here.
Jan
It needs
said
to be covered.
a boho Christmas ornament.
Well, there you go.
There you go, that's one.
Hang it in the window or something, you know.
That'd
It could be one of those non-essential doodads you give your friends.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Becky. Mm-hmm.
McDonald's straws.
Go in there and steal it. Well, I don't know if they're letting you in there yet. Probably.
You could always ask at the drive-thru.
In Ohio, they're letting you in. Aren't they? Are they letting you into McDonald's?
You know what? I have no idea.
I don't go in. I'm not ready to go in.
I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not going in any restaurant yet.
I just order takeout.
I don't want to get this stuff.
Me neither.
Or give it to Javi, because then she won't help me no more.
Yeah, pretty much.
My husband had to go to what he calls the Valley of Death, meaning the hospital.
That's the Valley of Death.
Yes, we call it. He works at the hospital, but across the street in a quarantined boiler room. And that's what he does. He takes care of the boilers. Hi, Brooke. I'm so glad you came. This is the kind of thing I think you'd like. Anyway, so on this I'm going to use some of these paper beads. But anyhow, to get back to the Valley of Death.
Somebody said use red beads.
Red would be pretty too because we got red up
bad.
there. I don't know if I have any of the red size. I'll look. I shall look.
Lisa says make a bunch and hang them on your porch.
Yeah, sure. This would be pretty. I'll put it there to think about. How's that? I might put a few of these guys on there. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, he went to get my prescription, and he saw this emergency room nurse that he knows. And he just was talking to her for a little bit, and he said, hey, I'm just curious what you think. He says, my wife has this problem, that problem. I mean, there's a gobs of stuff wrong with me. It's ridiculous. He says, you know, if she got this stuff, what chance would she have of surviving it? And she said, slim to none. That, like, what? And it really helped me to get the seriousness of it, because it was when it was all new. She says, slim to none. And I'm like, dang. So I'm in the high risk group, so I'm staying inside. I do have an appointment to get my hair done at the end of June, and I am going to go.
The end of June?
Yeah, but the girl that does it, she's in one of those spas where you go right into her room. She like rents a little, it's like a mini shop, you know. So, you know, she'll have masks and stuff on. I'll have masks and stuff on. I think we'll be okay. I sure will. Okay, let me look in here and see if I can find some red. What I have here that I just cut off, you guys, when I was yakking away is rhinestone rondelles. A little bit of glitz and sparkle might not hurt anything, right?
No.
And then I have some topazy.
Beansy said, I'm going to the chiropractor.
Oh, are you? Boy, you're brave. I haven't
Yeah.
even called mine.
Me
Boy,
either.
do I need one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know if he's up and running or if he doesn't what. But
You know what? Holy Baby Green knows by college.
yeah, he hasn't called me to
Or maybe he
see why I didn't come. I'm thinking he just closed for a while.
I think so, too.
You
He's
know,
kind of one of those doctors
He's
that
very,
clean
very
well.
responsible man, so I think maybe he has so many older folks in his practice that really be hurting for certain by now because he hasn't been seeing anybody, I don't think. Okay, so I got some stuff. I don't see any really good red ones except these cherry red ones here of Cheerio beads.
Cheerios.
Yes, Cheerios. So, and then I got some of these, which I used on the other one, which I like. Hey, Teresa, how you doing, sis? I got some of these. They are so cool.
Becky says, I can't stand anything over my mouth, my nose, nose and mouth, and I'm not going anywhere because I don't want to wear a mask.
Well, there you go. You're being very responsible then. I don't like wearing them either. I haven't found one yet that I find to be very comfortable. Okay, so this is the front of the bead. With the swirlies and curlies and the thing hanging off the side, which I love that. So now I have to figure out how I'm going to bead and where I'm going to bead. How I'm going to go about this. So I think I'm going to slip this through this little hole I made here. Leave a little bit left. And I'm going to start coming around again, which is fine. And I'm going to go down this way. And how I'm going to do that is... And this will probably be like stop, start, wait, do I want to do that?
And what gauge did you use a wire?
This, oh, I'm sorry, guys. This is 22.
22
Which
gauge.
is a little bit heavier than I would have rather had 24, but this will be fine. So now I'm going to make little
24, 22.
sections of beads and put on here. I've got some red ones and some orange ones and some topaz ones. Now I'm going to put a little sparkler.
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, this is going to work out. This is going to come out good. And then I'm going to keep going. You can put seed beads on this too. If you don't want this much dimension, because these kind of stick up, you know. If you don't want this much dimension, use seed beads. That'll be fine. I'm just not a fan of seed beads, except throwing them down in mermaid's end. I'm not a seed beader. But, you know, that could change any day, any time. You never know.
You might have to bring it in frame again. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, tell me. That's why I'm glad you're here. Because I thought you weren't here. I wasn't expecting you to be here either, because Javi doesn't work on Sunday night anymore. She wanted to come. She wanted to come. I think she's lonesome.
It's because I'm stuck with my husband.
Oh, you don't have any... stuck with your husband, who sees a test better. They don't have any internet up the house either, except on their phones, because
somebody in town.
Trump came along today and creamed it.
Yeah, literally. I don't know. I was like, what? How could you do this and not tell anybody?
Maybe they didn't even know they did it.
Brenda,
okay, so now I've got all this stuff on here. I'm going to start wrapping it. Okay, I want this to go all the way down around this thing. So I better get some more on there yet, because I don't have enough. Let's see, we're going to put one like this. That might be fun. And then maybe we'll put one of these, because this will be fun. I'm all about the fun. You know, when it's not any fun anymore, you go home, right? You quit. This ain't no fun anymore, I'm not doing it.
What's no fun? Making them?
Well, this is fun.
Oh, yeah.
But when it's not fun anymore, we've got to keep it fun.
You got to make it fun, guys.
Gotta make it fun. So, okay, I just gotta find the hole on this. Okay, there it is. And here is an orange bead, a little one. Which I like.
Talking about mask.
Here's the chicken with his mask.
I got a mask for the chicken.
The chicken has a message for you. Wear a mask. I'm telling you what.
I get too nervous.
So we got True Confessions. Barb Kelly is the one that bought Hobby
the chicken earrings.
And
I didn't wear them again.
No, you forgot.
I had to show them in a video.
So I'm just like, I love these things. I must have those chickens. So I found out where I could get them and even buy them wholesale. And I was prepared to buy them so we could all make some rubber chicken earrings at a very reasonable price. And then I found out, in order to get the very reasonable price, I had to buy $200 worth of them. So I'm like, I don't think so. So we're back to square one. I might have to just buy a few retail, and then you guys can find them in your box once in a while or something.
There you go.
I don't know, though. Maybe some people might find those rubber chickens offensive, and they are kind of grotesque. Like if you're vegan or something, maybe.
What? They're just a rubber chicken.
If you're into animal rights or something, you might think they're just horrible. Oh, I have to say, you might be right. You may be right, I may be crazy, but it just might be a lunatic you're looking for. Remember that song? Okay, so here's what we're getting. Do you see that? Pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty stuff.
It's like a twist wrap.
But I think I want this up here a little bit.
Yeah. More towards the center.
Yeah. And then I didn't want it to really take over my loops, but maybe we'll get it. That's what we'll do. We'll bring it up a little higher. So you just play with it. You just experiment. I'm putting on some paper beads, which I did not make, but I bought them in a store.
Why didn't you use your resin bead?
I should have. I made the cool.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one. Here's a
yeah.
resin bead.
Oh, there you
I
go.
made these cool resin beads. Well, actually, we made them in the class the other day because I found this very cool discovery that this worked, and I loved it. So that'll be another thing that maybe we'll do together because that would make something we could do on a live nicely. It will work out very nicely. Hello, Leslie Riley. So I need to be wrapping this up here pretty soon. But you can see basically how this goes. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's just having fun, just going with the flow, doing what pleases your artist's eye. Okay, I'm going to come around here like this. Another one of these. Just doing this so random, it's nuts. Very, very, very random. However I want, I'm doing it.
Oh,
whatever I happen to have.
Janice says, I thought those resin beads were glass.
Well, here, let me show you. I have a few in here. These, all they are is they're just Tyvek paper. Like we made the Tyvek beads. They're Tyvek paper, and I threw 2-part resin on it, and I let it cure. No, that's too blobby for on there. I let it cure part way, not all the way, and when it was still tacky, then I cut it up and started rolling them, and they stuck to themselves. So I didn't have to worry about, blowing them down and all that. But you have to get it at just the critical moment if you're going to do that. Just the most critical moment. It's got to be like 8, 9, maybe 10 hours after you pour it, because 2-part has to set up. It's not like UV. You stick it under the lamp and voila, you're done, and you got whatever you got. It doesn't work like that. So move that up. This is coming out great, but I'm not done by any means. I've still got some work to do on it. But I think maybe what I'll do is like right here, I will wire on a starfish. Right here, I'll wire one on. Maybe I'll dangle one here, and maybe I will dang another one or two here. And then I'll fill it up. See, up here, up here, up here, and then down. And get your balance going, You see what this looks like.
Janet said, oh, cool. I wonder if diamond glaze would work.
On what?
Maybe
This?
on the resin beads? I don't know.
I wouldn't do that. It's not going to do what the resin beads did about sticking to each other.
That's true.
The 2-part is so simple with this. It's nothing to be afraid of. I know we did the 2-part. I made you guys do it in the class because I thought you needed to know how to do it. And, after having worked with the UV for a couple of days, like nobody was into that. Everybody liked the instant gratification thing, which I can't say I blame you at all. It's just so fast and easy to get done. But there are times when you want two-part, and that's one of them. So there. Okay, so I think this is going to be about it. I'm going to bring it.
Oh, she meant by paper beads to glaze them.
Oh, paper beads, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Paper beads, awesome. Is Maria still on here? Maria makes really nice paper beads. I've made them. In fact, I have a video on them. If you want to go back about, I don't know, 8-9 years, you'll find it. I got a lot of thumbs down on that too, and I never could understand why. Because it's not a bad video and my technique was fine. You know, it's not as refined as, you know, some people's, but I don't understand what that was about. But anyway, I guess maybe, you know, there's certain crafts and certain techniques that just seem to belong to a certain group of people. Like polymer clay can be that way sometimes too. And if you don't do it their way, they don't take kindly to it, you know. It's like you're wrecking their turf or something. I don't know what to say. Not all polymer clay is like that, but some people in that field are that way. So I know, because I have a number of polymer clay videos too, and they are some of the ones that I've got the worst marks on as well. So that's the only thing I can think of. Okay, so I got it going this way. You know, and I think I need to take a few beads off.
Yeah, Maria said your video got me started on them.
You're kidding. See? Look at that. And I don't think I've made one since. But you know what? I love anything paper. I'm intrigued by making jewelry art out of paper. Always have been. And so one of the times that I went to the CHA, Craft and Hobby Association show out that year was in Anaheim. There was this lady, her name was Janet, and she used to be on YouTube with some videos. I don't know if she still is, but anyhow, she was there in her booth by herself, and she had all these beautiful paper beads that ladies in Thailand made, and they were so precision made, and they weren't expensive whatsoever.
Really?
And then she had this little jig thing that you could use to make your own and get them all nice and even like hers. So I thought, you know, that might be a good thing for the website. So I bought it, and I ended up practically giving them away. Nobody wanted them. I don't know why. Maybe now that would be different. I don't know. Things change. But 3 thumbs up for Brenda. You think so? You think so, Terry? Oh, you just like me.
Janet says, sometimes competitor YouTuber fans will give thumbs down to make the popularity of the video go down.
Oh.
Didn't know that.
I suppose they could. They shouldn't be allowed to. If they're caught doing that, if they're caught doing that, they should be kicked off of YouTube because that's against the spirit of fairness.
Yeah, I agree.
But you know, I don't really worry about that. You know, you guys might realize that my videos are monetized. They've been monetized for many years. Okay. Back when I first monetized them, Google was different. I actually made a nice little check from them. I make virtually nothing anymore. If you want to make money at Google from Google for YouTube, you got to go through hoops, and I'm not into it. That's not the reason I went there. I monetized them because it was the practical thing to do. They're there, you know, why not? But I never did it, you know, for the monetization money. I never made that much anyway, and I'm certainly not worried about it now. So, if that's the case, then it is. I don't get too many bad marks anymore. Once in a while, somebody will say something. It's, you know, we learned a few things over the years about doing these videos. I'm doing another little curly swirly here because I want to finish this off. You know what? In some ways, finishing it off and the balance, it reminds me a little bit of, you know, when I used to do the Haskell beading a lot. There are some principles that are the same, believe it or not. There are. Okay, I need to cut this little tag off. That's too long. This thing's getting to be about done. I'm just going to put a few little starfish onto it, and then it's going to need something, you know, hung from it. And then that's it. I think we got it.
Maria said, I have not made paper beads in a while, but I have a feeling a new batch is coming soon.
Why not? Why not? You should make some itty-bitty ones for your cockatiel. That cockatiel that Maria has, so cute.
Yes, it is so
It
adorable.
reminds me of my Paco so much. I had him from a baby, too. And he was amazing. He learned our names because they can talk. They just don't talk as much as like a parrot.
Oh.
But they can talk. And he learned my name and Jordan's name real fast. And then he didn't learn much anymore. He would make like, more like sounds. Like he would make the sound of the microwave. You know, that kind of
That's
stuff.
funny.
But he was a piece of work. And he was so much fun. He was so smart. But then I just really got into cockatiels, and I kept buying more cockatiels. And he wasn't liking that. I think he's kind of got a little proprietary about us, you know. And he didn't like that. He got very, like, paranoid, kind of phobic. I don't know. And he would call our names, Brenda, Brenda, Jordan, Jordan. And then we go over to pet him, and then he'd bite us. I says, Paco, honey, that's not the way to get out of your cage, you know. And he'd
Go to bite you.
we used to let him out all the time before I had cats in the house.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
then you can't let him go out.
No. Well, now Maria has a kitty. I don't know how she manages Miss Shadow, but she's a beautiful cat. But that was before we had kitties in the house. And Paco lived to be, I can't remember, 18 or 20 anyway. He lived to be an old man bird.
Old man.
And he had a stroke and he died.
Aw.
And we found him in his cage one morning, and it was very, very
How long do they
sad.
live for?
Well, they say they can live, 15 to 25 years. Birds live longer, I had a conure, too. We had him for a while. They can live to be like 40. So anyway, this is where I'm at with this now, guys. I'll probably work it out a little bit more, but it goes twirling around the back kind of pretty. And I like this little flip thing sticking out, and I might work with this little wire mess down here at the bottom a little bit more. But it's getting there, It's getting there. So all I need to do is figure what I'm going to hang from the bottom. So if I put a starfish here, and one here, and then one, I need another starfish. Here's one. Maybe hang it down in here, wire it on down here, and then maybe make a little stream of stuff coming down here. I'll have to show you later when I get it done. But we've gone from the beginning to this far, so you kind of see the process, right? You kind of see, Debs likes the okay look of them. Yeah, they're all very, very unique. No two alike. I don't think I could do it if somebody begged me to make two alike. But this was really fun, guys, and I hope you enjoyed being here with me this week. Now, I wanted to tell you a couple things before I take off. We do have, where did I put that bag? Here. We do have a gift for purchase this week, and if you have an order $35 up at beastboutiques.com, this is what you're going to get. Let me just show you this. It's kind of a little bit like that hippie boho mama, whatever I called it, bead mix, which we still have some of. That stuff's going fast. The Good Day Sunshine and boho mama is going fast. But anyway, this is what you get. I'm going to try to dump it out and not get it confused with this stuff. Okay. So there's all kind of stuff in here that you could put, to embellish, make tassels. You're very welcome, Terry. Thank you for coming. Thanks, Deb. These little things, look at these itty bitty tiny shells. Very good for your vignettes and your resin work and stuff. Here's and this one, there's a howlite fish dyed red. Here's one that's the white. Here's a flower bead. There's all kind of stuff in here that you could just have all kinds of fun making, wired stuff and earrings and all that. So that's what you should expect in your package. That's 35 up until we run out of them this week. And that's starting now. And also, starting last night, you can use code MEMORIAL, like Memorial Day, all caps, MEMORIAL. And if you have $70 up, you will get 20% off your order, which is a chunk. So if it's a $75 order, if I'm doing the math right, that takes you down to $60. And at $50, you get free U.S. shipping. So that means that you'd get free U.S. shipping with that too. So that's not bad. You get a nice little bag of beads, free U.S. shipping, and all that money off your order. Not bad. So don't forget code MEMORIAL, MEMORIAL, all caps. Okay, so I wanted to show you that. So, does anybody have any, the pyramid beads are cool, aren't they, Janet? You know, I wished I had bought 2 bags of them and kept them out so that I could just sell them on their own, but I still can. They are vintage, but I can still get more, so that's kind of nice. Anyway, they look like Pepperidge Farm goldfish. They do, don't they, Terry? They're a little bit bigger, and you wouldn't want to bite down on one of them. You might lose a tooth. But anyway, how light flowers and fish. That's right. It is a good deal, Janet. So maybe
It is.
And we have,
you
know, at the site now we have pet tape. I mentioned that. I'm asking that everybody give us. Oh, she wants some chicken, Javi.
Oh, chicken?
He doesn't have his mask on. That's it, Janet. Thank you for putting that.
I made him a necklace.
Oh, what was I saying? I don't know. See what you did, Beans? You distracted me.
With the chicken.
You distracted me with the chickie. Well, it must not have been important. I really like how this came out.
Here,
or is coming out.
This is what I mean. It's kind of wonky.
Well, this is an idea. She took the sari ribbon and pierced it instead of wrapping it, really. And then she put these beads in between. Of course, they're purple because she's the purple
I like
girl.
purple. It's purple.
Well, Javi, here's what your assignment is. Make something into jewelry from that.
Yeah.
And then you wear it.
Okay. I see how it looks, though.
You're welcome, Michelle. Yeah, pet tape. Oh, now I was going to say, I asked everyone, please only buy 1 roll of it until my case lot comes in, because I want to be sure as many people as possible can get it, because that pet tape is the bomb if you're doing resin, to put on the back of the backless bezel, so that it will contain the resin. Like, for example, this. For those maybe don't know what I'm talking about. This was a backless bezel. There's nothing, no back on it, okay? So I put the pet tape on there, and then I poured my UV in layers and built it up into a little vignette, and it came out really good. When I pulled the pet tape off the back, it was clean as a whistle. No residue, no nothing, just finished off really nice. And even though you can use regular packing tape to do that, it's nowhere near the niceness of this. Well, Lisa, I'm not going to tell you what you're using it for because you're twitting me again, and I know it.
Oh, man.
She's twitting me. She loves to twit me.
That's complicated.
Okay, so I'm done with this. Any more questions? I'm about to take off. We've been on here for a while.
Yes, we have.
Let's see. Got me some. No, she said no. That's pretty, Javi. You know, this does look pretty. I'm looking at it on her program. She's next to me with another iPad. We're 2 iPads and 2 phones or something.
No, just one.
No, just 1 phone and 2 iPads. And so her iPad has the program that she's using so that you could get, good. I would forget, Janet, with the diamond glaze, there are places to use it, like if you want to glaze a paper bead, different things, but it is a craft product. It is not, in my estimation, a really good quality jewelry making product. There are times that you can use it. We carry it on the site. People want it. But I just forget the diamond glaze. Use resin, okay? And use the pet tape with it. Now, it does cost a little bit more, but it will go a long way. You're going to find out. There's Pat giving me hearts. Thank you, Pat. That's sweet. So, go with the pet tape. There's still plenty over there. We also got the micro beads in. You're very welcome, Barbara. We also got, thanks, Lillian. We got the micro beads, little caviar beads in a set of 12, which is awesome. We got a few resin mixing kits. And then last week we got leather cord back in, a bunch of basic, just all kind of stuff we got back in. Just a little of this and a little of that last week. So stop on over, hit the new stuff area, and also hit the just back in stock, and you'll find out. Well, so yeah, you're right. You got it, Janet. You're right. Okay, everybody, love you so much. Where's that chicken? We need to have him honk one more time. He should have his mask on.
I took him off.
He should have his mask on. Hey, Chris.
You had to put it over here.
Oh, okay.
Hello, guys.
And Miss Shadow and Daisy say goodnight, too. Hugs and kisses from Miss Shadow and Daisy the bird. Sweethearts. You're very welcome, Vicki. I'm so pleased you guys came. I hope this works out good, putting it over here. Let's get about 27, so that's good.
Well, there was 41 on before.
Were there 41? Yeah. Well, that's good. That's what we usually have. So that's good. We weren't hurt at all bringing it here. Maybe we'll get some more next week. So I hope to make this a regular thing. I will keep you posted. Thank you so much for visiting with me. Bye-bye, everybody. You're all amazing. Thank you for being my friend. I appreciate it. My creative pals. Okay, bye-bye. See you soon.